Hi, it's Mark Owen from Moose, Marketing and PR, the editor of Punchline magazine. Welcome to Punchline Talks. Today I'm joined by Gwilliam, who is the leader of Forest of Dean District Council. They've just launched their draft local plan strategy. It's about to go to Cabinet. Tim, welcome to Punchline.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Right, this is a bit of exciting. Could you explain, please, what actually the plan is and why it's so important to the Forest of Dean?
Yeah, and this one's particularly important, but a local plan, all local planning authorities have to come up with a local plan. And basically, it's to deliver our housing number and our growth for the next 25 to 30 years here in the Forest of Dean. Whichever district you're in, your council will be either just delivered a local plan or just working on a local plan. We've now come up with a strategy that we'd like to put to the people down here in the forest.
Now, you talked about the sort of Lydney's there, and you were very careful not to call it a principal town. You want it to be known as a gateway town, don't you? Why is that so important?
Well, all our towns are hugely important, and they all have their role to play within this local plan. But it just so happens that because of its geographic location, because of the growth that's already gone in there, and because of our wish to perhaps correct some of the wrongs of the past that have, Lydney people have contacted me, and Lydney councillors have contacted me on a number of occasions since I've been leader, telling me they felt that they've missed out on infrastructure when they faced a lot of housing. And what we have decided to do now, we've taken a change in the direction that we were from the strategy previously, and we want to really take advantage of this now and use Lydney because of where it is, because of the opportunity it gives us to really make that a really special place, and for people to come, get to the train station, even use the river, who knows, use the bridges to come over into the forest, and then they will spread out into the forest as they wish. I'm really keen not to call it a principal town, purely because if one thing that we've learnt in the last 5 years is that we need to speak with a united voice here in the forest. We can't keep having town against town and battering one against another. We do better when we speak unitedly and speak as one, and that's why it's called a gateway town, not a principal town.
Now, how important is this to the business community? Because obviously Punchline is a business-to-business publication, champion business.
Yeah.
The Forest of Dean is open for business, isn't it?
It certainly is. That's something we've worked devilishly hard on the last 5 years. I hope, I'm sure you've recognised that. But we're taking a bit of, it's not a risk, because I think it's a strategic move, in that this local plan isn't just about housing. And this local plan is going to be about talking to businesses, talking to developers, the Western Gateway, all those investment people. We want them to come. You've seen it now. There's a good feeling about the Forest of Dean at the moment. We've got good businesses starting down here. We've got good interest from other businesses. We need to encapsulate that. We need to grab it, and we need to allow this place to be what it can be. I think, in many ways, and it sounds ridiculous when you consider the number of deaths and all the horrible things that people went through, COVID can be a good thing for the Forest of Dean. And that is because people have changed their expectations from work. They want to, they don't want to be traveling all the time. They don't want to be necessarily sat in the city. I know that affects, city finances and all that kind of stuff. Companies want to give their employees a way of life that they can enjoy and be happy in. And where better to work and earn your living and have the way of life down here in the forest with all the leisure, retail opportunities and all that it can offer. And that's what I want us to encapsulate, and that's what I want us to grab hold of.
So if I'm a business, I'm sitting here in Gloucester, I'm thinking, okay, how do I get involved? How do I find out more? What type of businesses are you after? How do I invest in the Forest of Dean? What can I do?
Well, for the first time, and for the last 3 years, and we've got a cabinet member now, Bernie O'Neill, whose cabinet responsibility is business. We've never had that before. And I would say we've also set up what is something called the Forest Economic Partnership, that's now chaired by our mutual friend Neil Ricketts, and Ian Mean sits on that as well. And that's doing really good things down for the forest as well. And what they can do is they're almost acting as a district-wide chamber of commerce, and they're bringing these people together and giving business people and business organisations the chance to talk and to see what's available down here, what the Forest of Dean has to offer. As a council, of course, we've also set up new business grants for startup businesses. That's something new, that you can claim anything from if you're a startup business, from 1,000 to a full-size business up to £100,000 we can borrow or as a grant facility. It is there. We're trying to get businesses to come to the forest to give what is an excellent workforce opportunity to work without travelling to Bristol, without travelling to Gloucester and Cheltenham.
Now, you're an independent. Obviously, when's the next election be? Would it be May or 2 years' time?
Yeah, no, it's next May. I think one of the disappointments of this local band is I'm really excited by the opportunity it gives us. One of the disappointments for me is I didn't do this. We didn't get the chance to do this when we should have 12 months ago because of COVID and all that kind of stuff. And it might well be that there's another leader or another cabinet even that finally see this thing through. But I have absolute confidence, Mark, that this is the right way to go forward for the Forest team. And it's not even, I want it not to be a planning document anymore. Too often these things are all about delivering the 7,000 houses that the government has told us we've got to deliver. Can't be about that this time. It's got to include businesses. It's got to include leisure options. It's got to include, sustainability, and let's not forget the climate emergency. All those things can be encompassed within this local plan to make the Forest team somewhere really special.
Tim, thanks ever so much for joining Punchline Talks, giving us your time today, and all the very best with this as well. Obviously, Punchline's always there, hopefully supporting the Forest as well.
Much appreciated, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you. Catch you soon. Bye.
Cheers.